Hey everybody, and welcome to Social Strategies Simplified with Sue, where we break down the social media strategies of top industry professionals who are gaining extraordinary reach and ROI while actually creating less. So if you are here watching and you are not in the same industry as the person being featured, do not worry, because these strategies and best practices are universal and can be applied to any business. I will demonstrate through the hub and spoke content framework how you too can implement these solutions that these people are implementing to simplify their social media and simplify their life. So if you are here with me live, give me a hashtag live. If you are here on the replay, please give me a hashtag replay. And if you would like to be tagged so that you know when I'm going live next time, give me a hashtag me in the comments. So if you've been with me this week, we have been focusing on a realtor, Ian Grossman. And he, similar to our victim last week, Emily D. Baker, he has a hub of YouTube where he has started his process of, where'd we go? There we go. He has his hub, which is YouTube, where he has started his process of content delivery with larger form videos that he then takes into snips onto other social media channels. So as a quick recap, we can see on his YouTube channel, well-branded channel cover that tells you exactly what he wants you to do. And that is to subscribe to his YouTube channel, also follow him on Instagram, and he is letting you know that he is producing new videos each week. As you watch his videos too, you might notice that same little IG logo on the hats that he wears. He is always representing in his content. Now, as we scroll down, if you were here with me one Monday, we went over, similar to last week's series, how you can create these thumbnails very easily and repeat the process by having a template set up in Canva. You can create a video even if it's with your phone. These phones are creating amazing quality video and audio these days that you can then clip and repurpose into other social channels. So most of Ian's videos here on YouTube are a little bit longer. You can see some are 8 minutes up to 17 minutes, somewhere in between. Then what we did the next day was we discussed his spoke of Instagram. And so we discussed how he takes that content and he then takes clips and puts that onto Instagram. So you can see here, this was the familiar video that we noted on YouTube that he then also placed onto Instagram. And yesterday, we talked about how he does that same thing on Facebook. So we discussed a bit about the success of that strategy and the simplification of that implementation, while also addressing some of the opportunities available when you do take content from Instagram and move it over to Facebook. So if you missed that, make sure to come back, or make sure to go back and watch that episode so that you too can learn from some of those best practices. So today, we're going to focus on another opportunity, and that is LinkedIn. So as we come over to LinkedIn, doing what I do, I would hope that I might see some videos on Ian Grossman's LinkedIn channel, but we do not, and that is okay, because again, I always like to say, we do not have to be everywhere. So clearly what Ian is doing is working for him. He has a successful YouTube channel. He's got over 17,000 followers on Instagram. He's placing content on Facebook, sort of as a secondary spoke. We could sort of see that by way of the engagement that he had there, but it's still an opportunity to make sure that as a realtor in a referral-based business, that people who are following him on Facebook, remember, he is your guy for Austin relocation. Now, because he has this content, it would be another simple step to also place that content on LinkedIn. So he has his branded background banner and his friendly profile picture image, which you can clearly see translates to the content that he has on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. If we scroll on down, we do not see something that we could really see as a standout brand identifier and expert status creator, which would be that featured content on his LinkedIn profile. Because he has so many amazing videos on YouTube, it would be very easy for him, even if he didn't want to be an active LinkedIn user, to place his most popular, his most important, his most valuable YouTube videos as featured content on his LinkedIn profile. Because here's what would happen. We know that those of you in professional services like realtors, lenders, lawyers, financial advisors, a lot of your business comes in from word of mouth and from referrals and recommendations. So if someone were to refer Ian as a realtor in Austin, Texas, someone is very likely actually to come over to LinkedIn and look him up. Now, he has a solid profile, so they would still see, here he is, here's his expertise, he has a lot of endorsements, but what would really help him to stand out would be if that person who got his name as a referral came over here and saw right here in this space between about an activity his featured videos. They would see that and say, wow, this guy is really going out of his way to create educational content about buying in Austin, Texas, about investing in real estate at this time of year, about the different neighborhoods that he has expertise in, where he's touring you around and giving you all of the benefits and demonstrating his expertise in the neighborhoods and the communities that he's selling properties in. That alone can be a game changer when it comes to getting that referral. So keep in mind, if someone is referring you as a professional, as a service provider, that person is probably getting other recommendations as well. And then what they do is they take to Google, they take to YouTube, they take to LinkedIn to find out if you qualify to be the person that they select. So if you have YouTube videos or if you have other types of visual marketing materials, please place those into your featured section of LinkedIn, whether or not you are an active user, because that right there could be the very thing that grabs that person's eye. And because of the fact that Ian isn't using LinkedIn actively, if those videos are placed here in the featured section, and then someone clicks to watch that video, now they're on his YouTube channel where he actually is active and he is responding to comments. And you can click to call him or email him to set up a showing and talk to him about him being your realtor because he was referred to you and you saw the amazing expert status that he shared with you via the videos that you found on his LinkedIn profile. So that is an opportunity here. Now, of course, you can also use those videos as content posted, and he did start that process. So we can see, if we go back in time and look at his content sharing, he does have one of his amazing videos that he shared. This is about 7 months ago. So he did start this process, and that's all right. He decided that LinkedIn was not part of his portfolio, and there is nothing wrong with that, because definitely part of what I am trying to demonstrate through this entire process is, 1, if you have content that you have created or would like to create, there is a process to simplify, creating one big piece and then having a presence across other social media channels with ease by snipping out those segments and pieces that might create intrigue on another channel and drive that traffic back to your primary site. In this case with Ian, it's YouTube. So if you do not want to be on those other channels, just like Ian has chosen not to focus on LinkedIn, that is perfectly fine as well. Find your sweet spot, find your expertise, find your community and your people, and where you know you can reach those people who may hire you, may become strategic partners with you, or may refer you business. And in this week's example with Ian, he has chosen YouTube as his primary hub, Instagram as his primary spoke from that larger form content, and to then share that content additionally on Facebook to make an impact there and remind people what it is that he does, what he's an expert in, what his great personality is, which also is what draws you in to want to work with someone like a realtor, lawyer, lender, etc. Really anyone. Showcase that personality. If you choose not to be on another channel, that's okay too. You do not have to be everywhere. But with this model, this hub and spoke framework, it allows you to do that with ease. So if you want to just take that extra simple step, if you're creating that content, bring that over onto your LinkedIn profile so that you can stand out, at least at face value, and give people that extra oomph factor about you being the expert that they need in their life. Easy for you to take that extra step, growing more, reaching more people in less time. And that's what this is all about. So that ends our discussion on the hubs and the spokes of content. And Friday, we talk about how by implementing this model, simplifying your time, you have more time to keep engaging with your community and your network and keeping the social in social and keeping it fun. So if you have any questions, please drop me a note in the comments. Also, I am putting all of these videos together in a social media vault. And if you would like to be on that list to have access to every episode that I have done and that is upcoming, go ahead over to socialmediavault.com, enter your email there, and I will give you access to this amazing repository of videos, as well as some other checklists and cheat sheets you can use to not only implement this model and framework, but to have access to some of the other tools that simplify this process, like things that I've mentioned, like some of the video editing tools you can use on your Mac or PC, the video editing tools you might use on your phone, and some of the graphic tools that you might use to create these beautiful thumbnails that Ian this week and Emily last week have demonstrated with ease and a repeatable, sustainable process that you can implement to get more out of less and spend more time in your genius. So if you have any people that impress you, go ahead and drop their name in the comments and maybe I will feature them. And perhaps that person is you. You can nominate yourself. All right, well, I look forward to seeing you back tomorrow as we wrap up Ian Grossman, Realtor in Austin, Texas, week.